I say we put the main fuselage on the main wing section, and now we're building a plane. We've put the hinges on, we've covered the whole thing in polyacrylic, and we still got a few more hinges to do on the elevator and the rudder, but at least now we can start just carrying on with the project. The Avios King Twin 1700. What an awesome looking plane when it's all together. I'm going to put the fuselage on the main wing section, and then after that I'm going to figure out what we're going to do about the receiver. But I haven't assembled it because I haven't had a place to store it. I've got one little bit of a wall left here in my workshop, and I put a couple of L brackets on it. Let me show you. Okay, the new plane stand for the Avios King Twin. All we got to do is put some foam on that, on the PVC, and then we can hang it up. And then I've got some insulation foam, the little foam noodles and stuff. And I got one little spot over there on my wall, and that's it. Because the way this thing just is and the size of it, the only way to store it is to kind of keep it in one piece, or this piece, the main wing section and the fuselage, and then the the rudder, elevator, and all that will need to stay on it, and then the winglets or tips or whatever can come off for transportation. So I say we get the fuselage on it, then we can start neatening up my wires and getting a receiver in it and starting to program it, and then we can check out the landing gear and make sure our hinges worked out good and all that fun stuff. Just carry on with the build. It's still pretty dang cold here in Middle Tennessee, so I don't think I hope we can start flying soon, but we might still be a month away, so gives us something to do in the free time. So I say we let's get what left I have out of the hardware, get the fuselage on this guy. Sit tight. What hardware we got left is both spinners and both propellers, and then this bag right here got the nose cone to go on the very, and I don't know what these are. I know what they are now. Let me show you. So there's these there's these 5 hard plastic pieces. And for a second I didn't know where they went, but now I do. Keep in mind there's no directions for this plane. Online at Hobby Zone's website you can find all kinds of stuff, but this is what it came with. One sheet of paper, and only one-sided. I'm looking at all these pieces. We got one all by itself. We got those match and these match. And I looked at the top of the box that I just cut the top out and put on the wall. I always wondered what this slit was right there. I'm like, is it bad construction or something? Like, what is that? That slit. That slit is for that. Obviously, get it in there better and even it up. And then your antenna. And then these other pieces are wing tips. Look right here. That's kind of a cool touch, right? And then there's more. Wait, there's more. Then this guy that we still got to put on the plane. And I was wondering what those marks are. What are those? Now I know. Right there. That's kind of cool, huh? So back to our build here. We didn't do anything with the hinges for the rudder yet. And the hinges that we used for the flaps and the ailerons won't work for the rudder, just because the way that it hinges back and forth, being that it's centered. Those hinges we have, we cut some little grooves and we were able to push them in. Well, you can't do that on this. So if I decide to go with hinges on this, I'm going to have to do what I've done to the Beaver and the Pits and a couple others, is just cut this completely off and then install some pinned hinges. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. We'll see how strong it is. Maybe I'll take some big piece of vinyl tape and go over it and just make it extra. This hinge actually looks good. The hinge on the flaps and the ailerons, they look like if I bent them back and forth 8 more times, they were going to start ripping off. But now we know what the hard plastic pieces are. So let's put the fuselage on the main wing section. All right, I got the fuse up on a stand here. Here's the 2 screws that hold the wing section to the fuse. I just want to double, triple check the threads. Make sure they're good. They feel good. They screw in and out like they should. So we need to. All right, I got it flipped up on a stand. I took the canopy off, that way it would sit down in the little cradle better. Actually holding it quite nicely. So we just need to take our guy and flip it around and drop the wires in. Just like so, and it's got these pegs right here. They come in the front. Like so. And then it'll push down in the back, and we'll get the screws in. Guys, see what I'm talking about here? Dipping the front down in there. Get it squared up. That is a beautiful fit. All the trouble we had to go through with the wingtips and all that stuff, that is like a precise fit right there. That's pretty nice. Not bad, not bad. Oh, come here, screws. Starting to get some weight to it now. We've been tossing it around for all this time, and so where the pins come in the front here, there's a little unevenness. See it? I don't think it's all that big of a deal, but just pointing it out. If the screws don't line up, then we'll have to work on it. Get a screwdriver. Now we're just going to start these things gently, and we're going to kind of feel around and see if they fall into the pocket and see if they start to tighten up. See it going down? That one fell right into place and started started threading. So let's see if this one goes. Same thing. You know, no pressure at all. It's just screwing right on in. Before we tighten it up a little bit, I'm looking inside to make sure we're not pinching any wires where it comes together. Can you guys see where it comes together in there? Right down there is where the two halves came together. And no wires are pinched. Nope, everything looks good. Let's flip it over. Get the impact gun out and tighten these screws. Just kidding. Just kidding. People talk sometimes and say the hardware's no good and this and that. This hardware's perfect. The screw's good, the nutsert's good, the lineup is good, everything's good. Now all the tightening this thing needs is basically just enough to keep the screw from falling out. That's it. These pins hold the front end and the screws are holding the back together, and you really don't need to tighten it. You just need to snug it up a little bit, and you can feel when it's kind of biting down, and then give it a little more bite, and that's it, just a hair. That'll be it. I kept saying to myself, why is my heater still turning on so much? That's why. It's 26 outside and 65 in here. Yeah, we're still in winter. All right, so the foam, Walmart foam pipe cover. Now here's a little secret. It's almost springtime, getting closer to pool season. The dollar store has the floaties that are different colors, and they're probably a whole stick for $1. This 4-pack was probably closer to like $6 or $7. So definitely the dollar store, you can save some money on this foam pipe wrap or whatever you want to call it. Plus the ones at the dollar store are thicker. This has some kind of, I guess, some kind of stickiness, which would be cool, but not necessarily, or not necessary. I just went and measured my PVC pipes hanging out, and this thing is almost, if I cut it in half, it almost fits perfect. So we got 35, so 15, 17.5. And the way my L brackets are, I got a demo one here. It's wider up here, you know, and then it goes out to the PVC pipe. So I'm hoping I can spread this open up there. That's what I'm gonna try. Hang tight. If you want to win a jet like this, all you have to do is subscribe. Click the like button and leave a comment. And then ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. At 1,000 subscribers, we gave this jet away. At 5,000, we're going to give another one. I don't know what it is yet. We'll see when that time comes. So hey, subscribe guys. Happy flying. Well, that's one more project down. Real quick, I'm going to show you my hinge situation here. And these are the hinges that we put in the ailerons and the flaps. And those are not going to work in this situation. So if I do decide to do hinges, it's going to be like this. Or a little smaller. And I'll just have to amputate it and then cut some slits and put it in. But we'll do that in another video. One more thing done in the list, huh? But that's all for this one. Hey guys, give me a thumbs up. Please scroll down or move your thumb or whatever to hit that like button. That goes a long ways with the YouTube algorithm. That really would help help our channel out. And then I guess give me a like, please, and subscribe if you haven't. And then do this guy right here. Ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next video. And until next time, you will see me